Let's dive right into Luke 5. I'm going to read verses 4 and 5, and then we're going to go a little bit further. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down the nets for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we have worked hard all night and haven't caught anything. But because you say so, I will let down the nets." Now think about what was going through Peter's mind in response to Jesus telling him to put his nets in the water when they had spent all night working hard and had caught no fish. Can you imagine what Peter's thinking? "But Jesus, don't you know who you're talking to? I'm an experienced fisherman. I know what I'm doing. I got this." What Peter couldn't see in the immediate moment was that Jesus' counterintuitive statement was going to be a platform to propel Peter into something much greater, into something kingdom-oriented. The prerequisite, however, for this growth was that Peter was going to have to allow Jesus' words to contradict his own logic and be okay with it. So the first thing we learn from Peter in this case is that when Jesus asks us to do something that feels counterintuitive, we are to submit to his words over and above our feelings in the moment. Now, I wonder if there are aspects of our lives in which we excel at, that we are gifted at, that actually present the biggest challenge to let Jesus into. Right? When we're in over our heads, when life is messy, it's easy to let Jesus have the wheel. Basically, we have no choice. But what about when we are experienced at something like Peter was at fishing? How easily do we allow Jesus into those aspects of our lives? I think at times God allows us to experience a drought of sort in areas of our lives in which we are gifted at, where it feels like we've been fishing all night and haven't caught anything. Perhaps it's in a career that we're good at, in our faith walk, in our parenting. But whatever it is, this is able to facilitate not only a dependence, but it takes those abilities to a new level. It produces better fruit that's not produced just because we're good at something, but something that's produced because God's power is working through us. Let's listen to the rest of this story now, picking up at verse 6. When they had done so, they caught such a large number of fish, their nets began to break. So they signaled to their partners in the other boat to come and help, and they came and filled both boats so full they began to sink. When Simon Peter saw this, he fell at Jesus' knees and said, "Go away from me, Lord, I am a sinful man." For he and all his companions were astonished at the catch of fish they had taken. And so were James and John, the sons of Zebedee, Simon's partners. Then Jesus said to Simon, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you will fish for people." Yes, Peter was an experienced fisherman, but Jesus was in the process of doing something that would exceed Peter's expectations. The miraculous catch of fish, that wasn't the end goal, right? The end goal was painting a vivid picture that Jesus was changing Peter's identity from a mere fisherman to someone who would fish for people. And so the grace that is poured out in our lives is meant to spill over to the lives of others. So let me ask you this question. What is an aspect of your life that you seemingly might have under control that perhaps Jesus is inviting you to experience a greater abundance of grace in by letting him in to that area?